Good morning and greetings from Glenalmond on another beautiful sunny day. Our service today begins with a reading from the book of Titus. Show yourself in all respects a model of good works, and in all your teaching show integrity, gravity, and sound speech that cannot be censored, that any opponent will be put to shame, having nothing evil to say of us. As the years progress, I've come increasingly to count my blessings, and am reminded of one of them each week when I read the Sunday supplements in the newspapers. Thanks to good genes, I've been given a thick head of hair, which looks so far so well to be resistant to male pattern baldness, and which will not require me to turn to the myriad of solutions offered each week in the back of those thick, glossy magazines that come with the paper. While this good fortune has until recently guaranteed a continued and regular donation to my barber, there's a good chance that just as I came into the world as a hairy baby, so I shall depart in an equally hirsute manner. Obviously, the current situation arising from coronavirus is putting me at something of a disadvantage, not to say stress, and each morning when I wake up, I can only say that I'm rocking out the look of a tumble-dry koala. On moving to Scotland at the beginning of March, I visited a barber fairly quickly, and on the last occasion I went to a gentleman in Crieff, an episode where my own attempts at a light-hearted inquiry as to whether his name was nothing more than a marketing gimmick received a rather bemused response. And for those of you that know the particular town and its haircutting emporia, you can work out who that might have been. But I'm certainly now reaching the moment in time where action is required on my hair and something has to be done. So, like millions of other people in the country, I've been on the internet, found myself on eBay, and the clippers have been purchased. And I'm now nervous. Nervous, for in addition to this very generous head of hair that I possess, I also have a sizable cranium. Couple this with an absolute lack of faith in my wife's barbering ability, I'm very conscious that the whole combination of these things may result in my appearance next week necessitating a hat. Or bandaging, and only time is going to tell. But my hair conundrum has set me thinking about the importance of our locks and the importance of our looks, and how we present ourselves to the world and how indeed we're perceived. Our hair, our image, is very much an extension of our personality, something which we construct very carefully perhaps each day, and which we use ultimately to project who we are, who we want to be. And the current restrictions that we're undergoing perhaps give us a moment to revisit the extent to which we let our superficial appearance, our accidents if you will, dictate what our substance can be. There was an amusing case a couple of years ago when reports in the national press, or the international press, emerged from Washington DC that the leader of the free world, Mr. Trump, might possibly have dictated his own confirmation of health in relation to an inquiry regarding male pattern baldness to a doctor who claimed fundamentally that Mr. Trump's Möbius comb-over was absolutely genuine. The stories were deliciously entertaining, but equally somewhat frightening for us sitting here in Britain, I think. But the story at the same time showed the determination of some people to create their own fake news, embedded in their image, and as well as the ridiculous ends to which people are willing to go for such dubious evidence to be put to use. Now, Mr. Trump's vanity was indeed very amusing, but from that little anecdote, it's not the focus of the story for me. My interest actually is in the doctor who had agreed, perhaps, to this rather dubious confirmation of Mr. Trump's hair and its natural qualities, but sat silent for 3 years. And what we might well ask ourselves in that instance is why that good doctor chose to wait 3 years to reveal his authorship or non-authorship of the document and suggest that the truth may not indeed be genuine, and why 3 years later that particular moment was ripe for revelation. If it would prove to be true and it remained unclear, I think the affair of the presidential thatch showed how cheaply some are prepared to sell their integrity. Integrity is, of course, the treasure we're given at birth, and it's something that ultimately only we have the right and the ability to give away. James Baldwin, the American author, once observed that while children seldom listen to their parents, they never cease to emulate them. And as adults, we have to be continually surprised, or not surprised perhaps, that how we behave has consequences. Many people become role models, and some of those people that do so fulfill their obligations exceptionally. Some inhabit such roles unwittingly, and some seem to do so undeservedly. But what that story regarding Donald Trump gives us, I think, is a reminder to choose our role models very carefully and to know why we do so. Let us pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive them that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. Have a good day, have a good week. Thank you very much.